Hello, everybody. This is AG here, and welcome to the World Wide Technology Raceway at Gateway here in Madison, Illinois. We are here for Sprint Series Night in America, race 17 of the season. Only 4 races remain until the cutoff for the chase here in the Wawa Sprint Series. And we already have a driver who is locked into the chase, still with 4 races left. That's our pole sitter for this race, Trey Bartow, the number 80, who went on to win last week at Charlotte. And that's going to be interesting to see if he goes 2 in a row here in the Wawa Sprint Series. Join alongside, once again, Josh Williamson for the call of this race. And Josh, this is a very difficult place to make a pass. How are these guys going to do it here tonight with only 15 laps?
Well, it's certainly going to be a challenge tonight, more so than most of the other racetracks we come to on this schedule. It's a very, very flat track, and it's an egg-shaped one at that. The I believe, I don't know what end of the racetrack the banking is higher at, but honestly, I don't even think it's that much of a difference. Let me see here. It's 11 degrees in turn 1 and 2, and then 9 degrees in turn 3 and 4. So there's a good chance there's going to be some overtaking going on. But being a flatter one, it's definitely one of the tougher ones to do that. But it's definitely going to be interesting to see what happens here tonight, even with this little sprint. I'm looking forward to it.
It definitely will be an interesting one here tonight from the World Wide Technology Raceway at Gateway. Excited to see how this race ends up playing out, because this is essentially a short track. The short track ratings, of course, will come into play for the Cup Series guys later on Friday night. We'll have to see how these guys fare here. We'll see if we do end up with any passing here on this racetrack. In the point standings, like I mentioned, Trey Bartow has locked a spot on. You'll see the number of points that he has is now green, so he could theoretically miss the next 4 races and still make the chase. 102 ahead of the cutoff. No one can knock him out at this point. Skylar Taylor, oh so close to clinching as well. They're 95 points ahead. Same with Jim Vincenleff, 92 ahead. Sam Oskin, 89 ahead. Avery Alfred, 81 ahead. Benny Moore is 67 ahead. Rutkowski, 46 ahead. Cole Raymond, 37 ahead. Philip Torres is 30 ahead. And then Luna, 25 points ahead. Bruno Diacoma, 25 points behind the cutoff. Can't even make it in mathematically at this point after tonight's race. So it's looking a little difficult there for Diacomo. And you got Dale Johnson the second there, 27 points behind. Nobody else really within contention is in tonight's race. We do have Roy Ribbleton, 60 points behind in this event, and then Jacob Walker, 91 behind. But both of those guys just a little too far behind to really have an opportunity. If a driver leaves this race with I gotta do my math correctly here, with a 72-point lead, yes, then they are clinched for the chase. Now, these guys still want to get a good spot in the points standings after these 20 races, because bonus points will be rewarded based on where you are seated in the point standings. So the points leader, the regular season champion, will receive 15 bonus points plus 3 bonus points for each win they have, and that applies for every driver who makes the chase. And then 9 points go to second, 8 points to third, and so on, plus the 3 points for each win. Skylar Taylor is going to get 9 bonus points on top of the points they get for being in the point standings. They may end up with the regular season championship, and they could theoretically start the chase with 24 points, which is a full race win worth of points, plus leading the most laps, which they've done a lot this season. So hopefully you guys all understand that aspect of it. We'll go ahead and show you guys who's in this race. Some new faces here tonight. A couple drivers making their first start of the year on the channel. But not this guy. Trey Bartow has been in every race so far this season in the Wawa Sprint Series. So has Joe Rutkowski in the 74. Got Avery Alfred in the 75 this week. Benny Moore in the 96. Of course, these 4 guys, 4 of the best drivers this season. Angel Gutierrez there in the 56 alongside Skylar Taylor. Sam Oskin is in the 83 alongside Philip Torres. We got the 33 machine, that is Jacob Walker this weekend. And he's to the inside of Keith Drake in the number 7. Jim Vincenleff in the 07. Micah Knapp. Great to have Micah back behind the wheel. And he's going to be in his second start of the season there in the number 40. 02 machine there. Zach Winkle making his first start of the season in the Wawa Sprint Series. Great to see Zach behind the wheel. To the inside there of Cole Raymond in the 77. 00 Angel Olvera making, I believe, his second start of the season in the Sprint Series. And then you got the 05 of Luna Lona. Then you got Bruno Diacomo in the 4 this week. So we'll have to see if he improves moving to a different car. And then Dale Johnson the second in the number 60. And then you have the 78 machine of Roy Ribbleton. And my goodness, haven't heard this name in forever. Aaron Lukes, one of the first 10 drivers to win a race on the channel, by the way. Won the first ever Coca-Cola 600, I do believe, all the way back in Season 1, back when we still had Roger Carruth signing up for our stuff. That's how long ago that was. Great to see Aaron Lukes back behind the wheel here tonight in the Wawa Sprint Series. We'll go ahead and get these guys to roll off here from the World Wide Technology Raceway at Gateway. But throughout the rest of the night, I'm just going to refer to it as Gateway, because that is a mouthful. Josh, very strong field, some new faces in the field. Who do you think is going to go to victory lane here tonight at the Gateway Motorsports Park, as it used to be called?
Well, there's a lot of really good drivers up here near the front, and I mentioned a little earlier on, it's probably going to be really, really hard to pass here. But I would imagine that it won't be hard to pass for the first couple of laps. We'll probably still see a little bit of overtaking going on. With that in mind, I'm going to go back to the inside of the second row, and I'm going to pick Avery Alford to go to victory lane here in the Craftsman number 75 Chevrolet.
Still going. Still going to for his first ever win on the channel. We'll have to see if he can pull that off here tonight. Trey Barcha finally got his first win of the season. Joe Rakowski's got a win this season as well. Alfred's been in every race this season and has yet to go to victory lane. I know Alfred would love to clinch a chase spot here tonight. I think a lot of guys are going to clinch a chase spot after this one here tonight from Gateway. We'll have to see how that all goes down. It's 15 laps here. And it's the Gateway to the west right here in the St. Louis area. A great racetrack here, and we're going to have some fun here tonight in the Wawa Sprint Series. Pace car down the pit lane, Trey Barto and Joe Rutkowski. Green flag in the air. We're underway at Gateway. And just like you predicted there, Josh, a good start there out of Avery Alford. And inside lane's where you want to be through turns 1 and 2. The outside lane has a slightly bit more grip there through 3 and 4, but Alford really finding the inside lane right here on Trey Barto. Out on lap 1, Alford to the inside, going to try to take it away. Got the 80 of Trey Barto going really high there through 3 and 4, and Avery Alford trying to get that inside lane to work, but just as I said, that outside lane has some grip off the exit of turn 4, and Trey Barto will lead lap 1.
And that is going to be something we're going to see the entire race, that outside in that particular part of the racetrack. It's basically equal over in 3 and 4 as opposed to the inside kind of being the preferred one in 1 and 2. But Barto now with a massive lead ahead of Rutkowski, and Avery Alford is now the 56 of Angel Gutierrez trying to work their way into the picture. They're on the inside of the Brent number 74.
And he's had a good week. Trying to get that run to the inside of Joe Rutkowski. And now Alfred going to try to close in on Trey Barto, but Barto really got in the gas early there off the exit of turn 2 and pulled away from those guys very well. Alfred with a great run, though, in the 75. Of course, top 4 drivers who finish this race will be in the AAA Missouri 300 on Friday night here. How about Benny Moore and Salmon Oskin battling for position right there? Of course, Oskin looking to clinch a spot in the chase here tonight. Benny Moore trying to do so as well. I think the runs that they got going right now will help them do so, as Rutkowski on the back bumper of Gutierrez there for the 3rd position. Good run for Philip Torres here tonight as well, running in the 7th position right there, trying to work his way into the chase. And you got the 02 machine there of Zach Winkle. First start of the season here, running 8th with Vincent Leff, and then Bruno Diacomo moving up through the field very well, getting around Skylar Taylor. Yeah, this is 2 races in a row for Taylor where they've not really run up front. You know, they're always up front in these Sprint Series races. Especially on the short tracks. This is a chassis type short track, but not a true short track, and that may be the kicker right there for the 45 team. I know you don't really want to see that, Josh, but either way, Alfred trying to close in here. Barto already on lap number 5 here at Gateway. It's going to be a short one here tonight around this 1.25 mile speedway.
Oh, but that's 75 working their way back up here into the picture. in that second position. Bartow got away to a massive lead on the start. We saw that. But now the 75 of Avery Alford trying to catch back up to that 80. They both started first and third, so the top two cars on the inside lane, they have gapped the rest of the field mightily. As look at that, the 56 of Angel Gutierrez actually started fifth. So the top three who started on the inside lane are the top three on the racetrack right now. That's how strong of a start they got at the beginning of this one. But now with 10 laps to go, we'll see if Trey Bartow is going to be able to hold on to this lead or not. Oh, big run by Alford.
Here comes Avery Alford, powering it right down to the inside of Trey Bartow on lap number 6. Alford wants a win. Bartow's already locked into the chase. You know, I don't know. Bartow can do what Bartow wants to do. Avery Alford, he's in a good position championship-wise as well. He's going to get a bonus point towards the championship right there for leading that lap. But I know Alford wants to get his first career win on the channel. And he's been in every race this season. Has yet to go to victory lane. He's going to get the pass made on Bartow. Bartow's almost in the outside wall. That's going to allow Gutierrez to take second away. How about this for the 56 machine of Angel Gutierrez? Trying to get that run to the inside for the second position, and he is going to be able to do so, but Bartow going to try to hang tough on the outside lane. And Avery Alford is out of here in the number 75 halfway through this race.
And before we say anything else, like, look at that gap, 0.96. I believe that's how far ahead Bartow was a little earlier on before Avery Alford caught back up to him. So that's not an insurmountable gap per se, even with the way this racetrack is, and we're running out of laps, sure, but the reality is that Angel Gutierrez could catch back up to that 75 of Avery Alford. The Alford looking strong up front right now. We'll see what the gap is this time. A little bigger. Ahead. So, well, I might have spoke too soon. This one,
that 75 is one of the strongest cars in this series. Sorry to interrupt there, Josh. One of the strongest cars in this series. Obviously, Sam Oskin took this car to victory lane in the Cup Series at Dover, and no surprise to see Alford finally get something to go his way here. Bartow was under fire from Oskin for that last transfer spot. This has happened to Bartow a lot, where he's led early on and has kind of fallen off and fallen outside of the transfer position, but then finished like 5th or 6th. That's why he's got so many points. Of course, got the win last week at Charlotte. First win of the season for Bartow. Trying to make his way into this AAA Missouri 300. And I know Sam Oskin wants to do the same, though, and that's your car, Josh, right there. I know those Trinity River Racing cars are strong. We'll have to see if Oskin can get it here in the last 5 laps. But Avery Alford, and the gap closed in just a little bit there as Gutierrez trying to work his way into the Cup Series race on Friday night. Great run for Gutierrez here. And I definitely think going forward for Gutierrez, he's going to be in a full-time ride at some point. And definitely a driver to watch out for here as the year goes along. You got Rakowski, though, trying to close back in as Alford pulled away again. Appalachian Motorsports looking to go 1-2 here tonight, possibly. Rakowski trying to close in here on Gutierrez for that position. Let's see if he can do so. Meanwhile, back through the field, we got Vincent left here on Benny Moore. A lot of these guys looking to clinch their spots into the chase here tonight. We're going to have a lot of them do so here. Skylar Taylor there, just outside the top 10 right now on that 45 machine. You got the 78 there as well. That is Roy Ribbleton, who has had a pretty solid run in the few races he's been in, but the downside, he's only been in a few races, and therefore it's kind of fallen outside of chase contention. Aaron Lukes here in the 0-1, and Aaron Lukes is a driver who raced in the first ever series on this channel officially and won, like I mentioned, the Coke 600 in 2015, the first one that we ever did. Of course, we just ran that race the other night. Great run there when Blaine Keys got the race victory there. But Aaron Lukes, the first ever winner of that event. Here he is, running once again on the channel. You got the 60 machine there as well. That's Dale Johnson the second. Jacob Walker there, 00 of Angel Oliveira, a little bit deeper in the field. 77 machine there of Cole Raymond. Here's something interesting. Bruno Diacomo in the number 4 running 8th right now. Luna Lona, who is the driver Diacomo is trying to close into for that last transfer spot. She's now 18th. That's 10 points. That'll put it within a race going in the Willow Springs. And if Giacomo can get some rhythm going, he may steal that last position away from Luna Lona. It's going to get very interesting between those two guys if this finish stands. And Giacomo running well in that number 4 machine. And like I mentioned last week, there are certain cars out here that are better than others. Titan Fury Racing, you know that team is good based on what Vincent Leff has done, but based on what they've done in the Cup Series as well. So we'll just have to see. Maybe this is the new ride for Giacomo in these last 3 races going into Willow Springs. Of course, sign-ups for Willow Springs right after we're done here tonight. Meanwhile, Avery Alford looking for his first career win here tonight. White flag in the air at Gateway for the 75.
Alford with a 1.67 second lead that time through. Gutierrez is second. Rutkowski is third, and for the time being, Sam Oskin is fourth. That's going to be the top 4 advancing if things stay the way they are right now. But Alford taking the lead away at halfway is going to come through 3 and 4. And, well, what a drive.
A very deserving win here for Avery Alford. He's going to clinch a spot into the chase in the Wawa Sprint Series. Avery Alford wins at Gateway here, and Gutierrez, Rutkowski, and Oskin will join him in Friday night's AAA Missouri 300. That was I think that was a solid race, all things considered. Yeah, obviously, we are starting to see certain cars in this series, and certain drivers over in the Cup Series as well, really come into effect. And this is one of those tracks where the ratings mean quite a bit. And I think we saw that come into play here tonight at the Gateway Motorsports Park. Avery Alford pulls it off here in the 75 for Appalachian Motorsports. He'll be in the show. Let's go ahead and export these ratings, or not the ratings, export the standings. You'll see a little blip right there as I type this in, because I want to see officially who has made it in. It's not race 16, race 17. Who has made it in to the chase? Or who has locked a spot into the chase, to say. But while we wait for that, Avery Alford gets the race victory. Angel Gutierrez, Joe Rutkowski, and Sam Oskin, they get the top 4. Definitely a great run there for all those drivers, and I apologize about that. We hit the wrong button right there. I'm going to have to hit the save button. But a good race here, Joshua. What are you expecting once we get to the race on Friday night here in the Wawa Cup Series?
I am expecting it to not necessarily be more of the same. I think the larger field is definitely going to come into play. We're going to see a lot more battling going on. Of course, it's a longer race, too, and we're going to have a pit cycle in there as well. But like you said, the ratings are definitely starting to starting to come into effect now, and I think that's definitely going to show up here at a racetrack like this. It's a very, very technical one, and everyone gotta hope you've been doing your ratings right, because this could be a huge fortune teller for the rest of the season.
Absolutely could, and I will say we now have 5 drivers who are officially locked into the chase now. After this one, of course, you guys will see the official point standings once we are done here. But Trey Bartow, of course, Sam Oskin has now clinched. Avery Alford with this win has clinched a spot into the chase. Jim Vincenleff has clinched, and Skylar Taylor. They will all be in the chase no matter what. So if they miss the next 3 races, they fail to sign up for the next 3 races, it doesn't matter. They're all going to be in. Benny Moore is pretty close there. He has a 65-point advantage on Bruno Giacomo for the cutoff. Rutkowski a little bit further behind there, but as long as he signs up, I think he'll be good. Philip Torrey's looking solid. He's 31 ahead. Cole Raymond is 27 ahead, and now Luna Lona only 16 points ahead here of Bruno Giacomo. That could get a little dicey there, I feel like, for Luna Lona with the number 4, or with Bruno Giacomo, because he may be in a different number. We'll have to see what Giacomo can do in that machine. Very interesting race here from Gateway, and we will see you guys on Friday night for the AAA Missouri 300 there in the Wawa Cup Series. A huge congratulations to Avery Alford for getting it done here at Gateway. First career win on the channel, and he'll join Gutierrez, Rutkowski, and Oskin as drivers moving on to Friday night's Cup race. Huge thanks to Josh Williamson for calling this race with me. We'll see you guys next week, or see you guys on Friday. Yeah, I'll see you guys on Friday. We'll see you guys next week from Willow Springs here in the Wawa Sprint Series. Sign-ups for that race coming up at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time right here on AG the Channel. Thank you guys so much for watching once again, and I will see you guys later.